What is up? YouTube looking swole. Yeah. In this video, man, look, a lot could happen in a year, bro. A lot. Like a lot. More than you think. Right? Man, so I just want to kind of reflect with y'all how far I've come in just 12 months and what that journey looked like. And honestly, you could see my journey on YouTube. You could see me from December 31st, 2022. I mean, it's all on YouTube. You could see it. I was in the gym when nobody was there. I went to sleep early while fireworks were still going off, and I woke up early, I think 6 o'clock, to take a cold shower. And this year, going even harder, man. This year, this is day 61 of semen retention, and I just never, I don't know. So let's recap 2023. 2023, I had moved out for the first time. I was renting a room in a house just with one other person who happened to be the owner of the house, and that didn't go well. I'm not going to say it was a failure, it was more of a lesson. I learned what to look out for when I go to rent a house out, who not to live with, right? I learned some valuable things, some things about myself. I did the cold shower every day, right? I woke up at a certain time and took a cold shower every single day. I think I did that for the first 3 to 5 months of the year. Did that every single day consecutively. That was pretty crazy. Yeah. I ended up getting a Camaro. I ended up buying my car, second car. I had a lawn care business, right? I had my own lawn care business, and that was crazy. The whole summer of 2023 and before the summer, really from like the cold months all the way to the end of summer, I was cutting grass with my own lawn care company. I made a lot of money doing that. Holy crap, I bought a zero turn, I bought a trailer, had a blower, bought a weed eater, bought a lot of tools, and I just made a lot of money cutting grass. Yeah, I even worked at a restaurant for a little bit to make some extra cash on the side. I had to hustle. Because the days that I wasn't, or before the lawn care business really started picking up, I was like, I'm just gonna work some night shifts at a restaurant, get some extra cash, you know? Then I went to do my lawn care business full time. It was so busy. Did that. Made some mistakes. I made some serious mistakes. Man, I made some serious mistakes last year, but they were lessons learned. Life came around full circle, okay? And I learned a lot of lessons last year. Holy crap. Oh. Yo. Yeah. Got with man, the mistakes, let me just speak on the mistakes for a little bit. I did things this year that I said I would never do. Straight up. I hung out and got with some people who I said I would never talk to again. And I started off really strong at the beginning of the year, like really strong. Self-improvement hardcore, hitting the gym. I benched 225 for the first time this year. I did 225 like for 5 reps, I think was the most I ever did, 4 or 5 reps. And you know, I got swole, got in shape, got fit, partied a few times, definitely partied a few times. Not that much, but still, when I partied, I went out and I went hard. Yeah. And then somewhere along, so I feel like I hit my full potential in my environment that I was in as much as I could. who I was at the time. And towards the end of the year, towards like month 7, 8, 6, 7, and 8, towards month 6, 7, and 8, I think, or maybe just 7 and 8, I started backsliding again, doing those things that I said I would never do, hanging out with people I said I would never hang out with. Started, just going back on some like serious morals, and I was backsliding really bad, not setting a good example. My brother ended up getting out of jail like the last week of August, and I, on a whim, quick decision, in a week's notice, I decided to move out to Houston. I was like, I'm just going to Texas. I didn't even know I was going to Houston. I was just like, I'm going to Houston or Dallas, one of the cities. And after doing research and just doing research, I had like 4 places lined up, and I said this weekend. It was like 3 days notice. I was like, this weekend I'm driving out to Texas to look at these places, and I'm gonna pick a place to live. I don't care. I'm going now. I'm getting out of here. I have to get out of Louisiana now. And I did. I'm so glad I got out. I felt like I escaped my environment. And so I drove to Houston. I ended up it was like Dallas or Houston. I was like, I'm just gonna go to Houston. Well, I was gonna say, if Houston is good, if I find a place in Houston, I'm gonna drive to Houston first. And if I still wanna see my options in Dallas, then I'm gonna drive to Dallas. Drove to Houston in 3 days notice, brought my best friend with me. We went out, looked at the places, and instantly we knew I'm going here. Out of the other places, I'm like, I'm going here. And so we both decided this was the best place out of the options we seen. So we picked this place, put the down deposit. Again, this is in 3 days notice. When you're in I was in Louisiana, and I was like, I have to go. I have to get out of here. I have to chase my dreams. I cannot be stuck here. And just my soul, bro, when I tell you my soul knew it was time to go. No more Slidell, no more Baton Rouge, no more Louisiana. I'm out. Everybody I know, deuces, I'm gonna see you later. It was nice knowing you. And so I got out and came out here to Houston, put the down payment, and my friend Austin, he was like, let's go to Austin, Texas. I might know some people. I was like, all right, cool. We could go out there, go to 6th Street, right? I've only been to 6th Street once in my life. And that was when I was 18 or 19. So now I'm 26 now. Not now, but at the time, 26, right? Before September. I was like, let's go to Austin. Went to Austin, had a blast. That was fun. That was really, really fun, honestly. Met a girl. That was the only serious girl that I met this entire year, because I tried to stay away from distractions this year. Yeah, that's the only girl. And met her. That was a crazy story. Wild. Crazy how that happened. And then it's crazy how it happened, because I was like, why am I meeting her? I'm not supposed to do this. And I felt like it was meant to be, I met her, and when I met her, I felt like it was whoa, why did this happen? How is this happening right now? I had a plan, and she's throwing me off my plan. Not in a bad way, she's bad, but in a way I wanted to stay focused, and I felt like I was meant to be with her. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe that was just me being a simp. I don't know. I don't think I was being a simp. I think it was just a genuine connection there. It was cool, but people come, people go. So met her. So I put the down deposit for Houston, and I was set to move in 3 weeks later. So this was at the beginning of August. I found this place, came out here, and I came out here the last 2 days of August, right? Came out here the last 2 days of August. That's when I came out here. My brother had just gotten out of jail a week before that, or a few days before that. And ever since I came out here, I stopped drinking alcohol. Like, the second I came out here, all of that backsliding that I was doing before I came out here, within the first 30 to 60 days got erased. Matter of fact, like, so much stuff. When I came out here, it was like on Super Saiyan Go mode. Like, now when I came out here, I still had vices. I still had my vices. I was drinking alcohol almost every other day. When I came out here, I was drinking alcohol almost every other day. Not because I was addicted to alcohol or I'm an alcoholic, but because I was still addicted, or I was still holding on to escaping reality. I was still addicted to being impaired so I could not have to deal with reality. Because, mind you, I was backsliding bad before I came out here. And but eventually, and honestly, the girl I met when I came out here, she kind of helped me to quit drinking alcohol. Not that she encouraged me to, but because I guess I was encouraging her to be better, because I'm like always big on self-improvement. And because I was encouraging her, I saw her, she said she was quitting alcohol. She was going to the gym. I was like, well, I don't want to drink alcohol anymore either. You know, so I stopped drinking alcohol. Also because I realized, like, I could not be, like, I'm not myself when I'm drunk, I guess. Or maybe I was too much of myself when I was drunk. Maybe I was that hurt version of me when I was drunk, right? I didn't like who I was when I was drunk, right? It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I would drink to feel more confident, but when I would drink, it's like this side of me would come out that I didn't like. It was the toxic side of me would come out when I was drinking. And I kind of realized, I was like, whoa, I need to work on that. Like, what's wrong with me? And so I stopped drinking alcohol. And yeah, I just been a lot of, I just enhanced, my life is enhanced hella since I've been out here. And so no alcohol, semen retention, didn't expect that to happen. But I just knew I had to do No Nut November this year, because last year I did No Nut November. And by the grace of God, last year I was able to do No Nut November. But at the end of No Nut November last year, I ended up like hooking up with some girl, right? Or one of my exes. And so I was like, this year I have to do it again. But this time, I'm not gonna hook up with anybody, all right? So I ended up letting go of that. I ended up stopped talking to that girl because it just, I don't know, it felt like it was, as much as it felt like it was meant to be with her, it also felt just as much that it was meant to be that I need to be in my season of isolation. Like, I need to be in my season of isolation. I needed to be alone. I needed to go through pain. And the last thing I really needed was a girl giving me comfort. I can't have that. Not right now. Like, I need to go without that. Because for so long, I've been used to, like, girls giving me comfort, feeling validation from girls and from sex and from things like that. So my soul was speaking to me. I knew it. She knew it too. Like, she kind of sensed it. We could, like, read each other's mind. And so we just stopped talking to each other. And since that happened, the self-improvement has gone through the roof even more. Way more. I was able to do No Nut November. I was able to continue the No Nut November streak, whatever you want to call it, semen retention. My mind is growing. I'm repairing my mind, rewiring my brain. I've read so many books since I've been out here. Not so many, but I think I read like 6 books since I've been out here. And my morning routines, my morning rituals, my work ethic. I closed a wholesale deal, have more wholesale deals closing. Made more connections, right? Through working, through hustling, started the Discord, have like 20 something students in there now, helping them get deals. Some of them are getting wholesale deals. And it's crazy. It's actually crazy how far I've come within a year. But honestly, out of that year, I've done the most within just the last 4 months of me being out here. Crazy. Actually crazy. how just level up, level up, level up. And then once you level up in your environment, that's what I had to do last year. Last year and the year before, I had to master where I was at in my environment. I could not have handled it if I came out here a year ago. If I came out here a year ago, it would have been the end of me. It would not have gone well. I needed to master who I was, where I was at in that present moment first, before I moved out, right? Everybody's journey is different. As much as I had heard people telling me, you gotta move out to be a man, you gotta move out to be a man, that's true. But I wasn't ready. I was not ready. And then when my soul spoke to me and was like, you're ready, it's time to go, I got out. And things have just flourished ever since then, bro. I turned my life around, got super fit, set an example for my family, set an example for my brother. I fully stepped into being an entrepreneur, got my own car, started my first business, which was the lawn care business. That was like an actual business where I had a lot of clients, making a lot of money, bought a car, bought my Camaro, that it was like kind of my dream car, really, just to have a Camaro. I wanted a Camaro so bad, and I finally got it, even though it caused me some problems, which then again, I think that's meant to be too. Actually, I think everything really, now when I think about it, everything in my life that happens is happening for me, and it's not happening to me. And that's just real. That's not even like me trying to say it to manifest it or something. Like, that's honestly real. Like, the worst things that have ever happened to me in my life are the best things that have ever happened to me in my entire life, right? Me going to jail, hitting rock bottom, losing my teeth, being, strung out on drugs. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was the scariest thing in the moment. In the moment, it was the scariest thing, and it felt like the worst thing ever. But something in my heart knew, in the moment too, couldn't put a finger on it, but in the moment, something in me knew I had to go through this. I had to go through that. I had to go to jail and face years in prison. I had to be scared out of my mind. I had to hit rock bottom. My friend died when I was in jail. 2 of my friends died when I was in jail. It was crazy. And I knew they both died from drug overdoses. And I was heavy into drugs. And the same drugs that were going around that put those friends in a coma, killed another person and killed both of them, I was doing those same type of drugs. And I know if I did not go to jail and hit rock bottom, I would have been dead. I would have been dead, bro. God did that for me. And it's not like the police came and low-key swatted the house I was in. They were like, you're going to jail. And that was God's way of saying, come with me, because you're in trouble. You're about to die and you don't even know it, right? You can't see it in the moment, but man, God, so many times I wanted to do something, but I didn't have the strength to, so God intervened and handled it for me. He did it for me. He said, get over here, and he put me over there. And I'm so thankful for all of those times that in the moment it hurt. It hurt so bad. My heart was broke. I was like, why me? Crying my eyes out. But as time goes on, the best things that have happened to me were, in the moment, what seemed to be the worst things that happened to me. My ex leaving me for my best friend, I forgive both of them. I love both of them. But in the moment, that hurt so much, right? That was my whole world. That was what my world was. And the shame that I had from being in jail, and the reputation, and just the stuff I was doing, I was rapping, making music, all the music videos, all this other stuff. I had an identity formed that I had been forming for 24 years, my whole identity. I had to let it all go. All of it, bro. And I'm so grateful for all of it that happened. I'm genuinely, to beyond words, I'm like way just grateful for everything that happened to me. Every hater, every old friend, every good friend, every person, every positive influence that come into my life, all of the people who have laid hands on me and prayed with me, prayed for me, prophesied over me, told me things in the moment I didn't understand, but it didn't make sense what some of the people were telling me at times. But as time went on, I understood. God put random people in my life at random points in my life, and they just prophesied over me, and they told me this is what you're gonna do. And I was like, how? What? Look at where I'm at. Look at me. And as time passes on, you're like, okay, that's true. So yeah, 2023 was crazy. Started off strong, kind of went into a dip, kind of got full of myself, let my ego get the best of me, and then came back, backsliding, but then I came back, and then and now I'm out here. I moved out again. I'm in Houston. I have a business. I'm running my wholesale business full-time, teaching students full-time, coaching, doing YouTube, doing my dreams. I'm just chasing my dreams. That's it. I'm just genuinely chasing my dreams. That's all I wanted to do. All I ever wanted to do was what I'm doing now. And I'm grateful. And you'll see that in other videos of me being out here. I'm just grateful to be out here. This is amazing. This is a dream come true. I didn't even make any money yet. I'm just this is amazing. Right? And so yeah, being out here is actually crazy. It's amazing, and it's a blessing. And I can't wait to see what next year brings. Next year is going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be way further along than what we are now. The goals I'm going to achieve are going to be crazy. And it all starts with right now. Every day. It doesn't start at the beginning of the year. It doesn't start tomorrow, January 1st. It starts right now. It started a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Right? Every year is going to be better. It's not that 2024 is my year. Every year is my year. And every year it gets better. Every year I level up, bro. Every single year. And if you're sitting at home and you're don't compare yourself to me, first of all. If you think I'm better or higher, no. The worst thing you could do is compare yourself. That's what I used to do. I'm oh man, I want to be where he's at. No, I need to focus on where I'm at. But if you're contemplating where you want to be at next year, if you're contemplating, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, start now. Start small. That's the best. I think Jordan Peterson is where I really got this lesson from. He's start so small that it's it seems too easy to do. That's true. You have to start so small that it's well, what's the point of doing that? That's too easy. That's not enough. Start there, bro, and do it consistently for 30 days. Then raise it a teeny bit and do that for 30 days. Then a teeny bit, do that for 30 days. You're going to be building the virtue of consistency. Before you try to change your life drastically, you can't do that without the virtue of consistency. Then when you have the virtue of consistency and you implement these little habits, now your lifestyle starts to change. Then you start to align with the identity that you want to become, right? I talk about this and how to change your identity or fighting your demons, whatever the video was called. Yeah, start small, and it builds over time. So yeah, I don't want this video to get too long because it's going to take forever for me to upload it. But yeah, that was pretty much a rant about 2023. Not even really a real recap, but it's just a rant of 2023. I hope you guys got some value out of this. I hope it just inspired somebody. Start right now. Do something right now. Don't wait till January 1st. Start right now, and don't party for New Year's. Or maybe if partying's your thing and you want to get let me do one last thing. I don't suggest it. I don't recommend that. But If you have it in your heart, it's pulling you like, I just need to do one last thing, I promised last time, we'll do that. Do what your soul tells you to do, right? But make sure that you trust what you're doing. Make sure from the bottom of your heart you actually genuinely trust what you're telling yourself and what you're doing, okay? If you like the video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Stay motivated.